we are very quick to want to give them the answer. Why is that so? Because many of us have been trained down through time, down through our years of experience as a leader, as a consultant, as a mentor, as a teacher, as an advisor, to provide the solutions the moment the question is asked. We have been ingrained, we have been conditioned to provide answers whenever a question is asked. Hey everyone, welcome to Coaching Changes Lives. In today's episode, we're going to talk about one key question that many people have asked me, which is, what do we do when clients come to us and asking us for solutions? Now, we all experience that all the time. And one of the key challenges that we face is that when clients come to us for solutions, we are very quick to want to give them the answer. Why is that so? Because many of us have been trained down through time, down through our years of experience as a leader, as a consultant, as a mentor, as a teacher, as an advisor, to provide the solutions the moment the question is asked. We have been ingrained, we have been conditioned to provide answers whenever a question is asked. But oftentimes, as a coach, we need to pause and take a moment to reevaluate what the question is really asking. So thank you for joining us today in today's episode. This episode, we're going to explore really what's underlying that solutions that clients really looking for. Is it what we perceive it is, or is it something else? Now, if you're new to our channel, do remember to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to stay alert of all these exciting videos that's coming right up. Now, I'm so glad you can join us today because this is a very important discussion, and it's a discussion that's worth some exploration. And I'm going to give you some context by which you can decide for yourself how to navigate this whole notion about providing solution. Now, many people have asked me, should I be a results-oriented coach? Should I be a solutions-focused coach? Should I be focusing on this or that? Now, really, the biggest question we ask ourselves is this: what is it that we're looking for in the solution? What is it that your clients are looking for in the solution? So for example, a client comes to you and said, hey, coach, I want to work on losing weight. What is the client really looking for? Is the client really looking for a way to lose weight, or is it something more? Is the client trying to unravel and peel over the layers of what it means to lose weight? Or is it something deeper that the client is not saying, and could there be something more? So what exactly the client is talking about? And that's what we're going to explore today. Now, when we think about this, before we jump into the solutions, oftentimes I always say this: it's important to take a step back and ask ourselves, what is the question fundamentally asking us today? Because if it's asking us for a particular solution, well, the clients can actually go to Google, they can go to YouTube, they can actually source that answers out, right? Because, if it's a direct solution, the clients will find that out. But why is it that they're coming to us as coaches to seek for the solutions? For one, because they see us in a position of authority, they see us in a position of expertise, so they're coming to us as solutions. Now, that's where the danger lies. Okay, so that's where the danger lies. Now, because we may know how to answer the question, we may know how to provide the solutions at the moment, but that solution that you're about to provide, would it fit the context, the season, the times of the client's inquiry? Or is it something else? Now, the beauty of coaching, unlike other professions like mentoring and advising, teaching and consulting, it's that the beauty of coaching lies in understanding what the intention of the question is. We're not providing that symptomatic relief. The symptomatic relief is to provide the superficial solutions that the client is looking for. We're actually going a step further. We're going to find out what on earth the root cause really is. We're unraveling what is the layers that's actually preventing the clients from moving forward. Because many times we work at the surface levels, but we never go deeper to the real root cause. The truth is this: the solutions that the client is looking for, it's actually not the real solutions. I often call this the pseudo solutions. So the intention that the clients have in mind is that, okay, give me the solutions. I want to know how to lose weight. I want to know how to lose weight. Now, what they're really asking is something deeper. So as a coach, we begin first by redefining what exactly the client is looking for, what the client hopes to get out of the solution. What is it they're expecting from the solution? Because oftentimes, the clients are not very sure what they're really looking for. And why is that true? Because the problems they're stuck with, whether it's in terms of clarity, confusion, inner conflicts, or a set of negative emotions that they're feeling, that situation that they're facing, they are unclear. They're unclear how to get out of the situation. They're not aware of what are the other options. So in their minds, there's only one path, one possible pathway to get the solutions out. So in the coaching process, we're helping the clients to see that, hey, that one path, it's not the only path. There are multiple pathways that you can take. There are multiple fronts you can go and explore. This pathway that you have in your mind is only but one. So for example, when I'm coaching someone who has the desire to want to lose weight, they may be thinking, okay, the coach is going to give me the steps, what are the calories count I'm going to do, what are the exercises I'm going to take. So in the mind of the client, it's all those things. But really, what is the client looking for? Because as we explore further, then we begin to realize it's not so much about those. It's about the client's inability to come to terms that the client needs to get out of get out to have more exercise, and that the client needs to get more active. And maybe there's something deeper. And when we discover something deeper, we realize that actually it has to do with the belief of the client. And in fact, many people are okay with the way they are, but because of references from society, because of references from others, they became in the state of, okay, I need to do this. And when we explore, why do you need to do that? They say because my friends are saying this about me, because society is saying that about me, because that's what every good parent must do. So they are beginning to do things not because that they want to do it, but because of what others are imposing on them, and that creates a confusion. So in the process of coaching, the first step is really to identify what the real issue is. So before we can move to the solutioning process, we begin first by the questioning process, questioning the very question itself. What is the intention behind the question? Now think about this. Many people say coaching is all about questions. Coaching is not about questions. Coaching is about insights. I say again, coaching is about insights. The insight for you to go deeper than anyone has ever done. The insight to go further than anybody has ever done. The insight to be able to unravel and peel over the layers that has been trapped underneath there. So when a client comes to us and asks us, hey, coach, what do I do when I need a solution right now? I need a solution right now. Then we ask the client, hold on just one moment. Let's explore. What are you really looking for? What are you hoping to get out of the solution? So if the client comes to you like this, you can always remind them, say, hey, what do you hope to get out of this? Okay, let me explore with you. Right, so let me get some clarity around what you're really looking for, because I can provide you the solution right now, but it may not address the current need they're looking for. I may give you my expert advice, but that expert advice may be useless in the season that you're in. So for example, right, let's say I'm a mountaineer, and I'm very used to climbing mountains and I know how to do it. But now perhaps your intention is actually to climb a smaller mountain, right, a shorter mountain. So if I don't contextualize the problem that you're facing, I may end up giving you an over solution. So that is the downside of a solution-focused approach. The downside of solution-focused approach is when we are always ready to give solutions, we may be over-solutioning a particular problem. So think about this. Astronauts once had a problem when they went into space. They had a problem actually writing, right? Because the ball the pen got stuck, the fluid were not able to come out. So they invested millions of dollars trying to unravel how do we write in space. So they end up creating the little ball bearing to allow the ink to come out. When a simple solution was all about bringing a pencil up in space and writing, it does the same job. So sometimes in the process of solutioning, are we over solutioning? Because as experts, that's the tendency that we get into. So now we're going to put that aside. So before we go into the pathway of solutioning, we begin to look first at the understanding of what the intention is of the situation. What is the real cause of the situation? What is unraveling? What is really deeper? What's really, in the recess of the client's world? What's really happening for them? So we explore that first. Once we explore that, we begin to help the client find clarity. That's going to be very important. Find clarity about the situation. What is it that they're really looking for? So the fundamental question that we're trying to drive at, the intention of the whole session, is to find out what is it that you're really looking for, and what is it that you hope to get out of the session. Or what do you hope to get out of this conversation? Defining that is going to be critical. Now, granted, at the start of the conversation, it's not possible for the client to know that. So that's why in the start of the conversation, when we set the coaching agreement, it's always a pseudo agreement. As we explore further, we begin to get clarity about what actually we wanted in the first place. So masterful coaches know this, that whenever the client comes to us with the problem is never the problem. Because if we had given a solution to the problem that's not the problem, then what solution are we giving? We're giving a false solution. So therefore, in the coaching process, before we enter the solutioning, we first have to look at the question itself and explore for the client what exactly they're looking for. Help the client gain clarity first. And then next is to help the client see the many possible pathways to take forward. You can take in all directions. You can take in any possible multidimensional directions, and also directions that the clients have never thought before. So this is the process of what we call finding the unknown of the unknown. Because too often the client has one thing in mind, that this is the only pathway, this is the only way I can figure things out. But they don't realize that there are many other possible pathways, there are many other possible options. So when you allow the client to take a step back and say, hey, I think there are other possibilities, I think there are other options, let's explore all these areas. Then the client begin to realize, oh, actually, this pathway that I'm always thinking about is not the only pathway. I can take on multiple pathways. Okay, now once that's done, helping the client to define which pathway would suit them, their needs, that is the next step of design interventions, of really planning the whole session, of facilitating the learning and growth for the client. Now, sometimes in the whole process, you see, the solutioning will come towards the end. Now, by solutioning, there's a difference between solutioning and solutions. Solutions is providing a one answer to fit that particular question. Solutioning is the process by which you unravel answers. The process by which unravel answers. Because guess what? I may provide the client the solution right now, but given the complexity of the challenge the client facing in the real world, things will change. So the client needs to know how to be malleable in the situation. I'm often asked this, Jana, how do you actually price your coaching package? So you see, that one question actually has many underlying questions. It's not just a simple answer of, okay, I'm going to tell you, you're going to price $500 an hour or $20 an hour. It's not a simple answer like this, because it is highly contextualized based on the where you are, your culture, your experience, you as a person, what you got to offer, what the values you're going to exchange. So there's a lot of subtleties in that one question. That's why the role as a coach is to first get absolute clarity about what it is that the clients want. Then next is to get absolute certainty about the alignment process. I call this the CAR approach. CAR approach. Clarity first, and then find alignment between what the client believes and truly values in and what they want as an outcome. And then R, which represents results they're looking for. So CAR approach of finding the solutioning process. Now remember, I say there's a big difference between solutions and solutioning. So today, my question to you is this. When the client comes to you and asks you for a solution, are you giving them that one answer, or are you bringing them through a solutioning process, through active inquiry, through insights and unraveling of what's really happening? At the end of the day, the coaching must produce insights for the client. And with those insights, the client then can take forward what they want to do with the insights. So with each insight that they're getting about themselves, we're then able to design actions for each one of these insights. And from that process, we're able then to create possible solutionings. If this were to happen, that's what the client's going to do. If that were to happen, that's what the clients are going to do. So there are multiple opportunities then for the client to move forward in it. Now, why is this going to be more powerful than the traditional solution approach? Well, because this approach will allow the client to take on multiple opportunities that come the way, and allow the client to remain in the state of resourcefulness rather than feeling a sense of, I need these resources. Right? There's a big difference between resources and resourcefulness. You may not have the resources at that moment, but you can be resourceful, utilizing the little resources that you have to move forward the conversation. So there you have it, right? My quick tips about how do you approach clients who ask you, give me a solution. Okay, now of course, some practical ways, if the client really insists of you giving them, you can just tell them, hey, let's wait a minute for a while. Let's take a step back, right? Let's unravel what is it that you're really looking for. My approach first, before we give the solutions, is the solutioning. Why is that so important? Because if I give the solutions right now, it may work just for this particular context, right? To the best. At its very best, it may work for this context, but other situations may arise that may differ and it might not work for that particular cases. So in my process of coaching, I'm helping you to unravel and unpack the questions itself. And in that process, you're able now to be able to adapt the solutioning in accordance to the context, in accordance to the ever-evolving, ever-changing complexity of the problems they're facing. And that's my approach to solutioning versus solutions in the context of the coaching environment. Okay, so now if you like this video, do remember to hit the thumbs up button and also share this post. Leave a comment behind so that I can, so that I'll be able to engage with you and I'll be able to hear your thoughts and your views as well. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, do remember to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and stay tuned, because every single week we come to you with fresh videos and fresh new ideas. Now, if there are particular videos that you would like me to cover, do let me know as well. Post them below and stay connected with me via our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I look forward to seeing you in our next video.